Now this is a large link chain bracelet, and we're using the smallest size I want you to use is 2.5 millimeter round wire. You can have any shape link you want, but it's big enough wire that I want as perfect a join on each one of these links as you can get. You can treat it just like a ring. So we want a perfect fit and the minimum amount of solder, and this is big enough that you can tidy it up afterwards. So tidy up all of your links, and then I'll show you how to set the stone. So because this is as big as it is, there are two ways that you could solder these links. You could either put them on your charcoal block and solder them, or hold them in your third hand and pick solder. I prefer the pick soldering. Same flame we normally use. Nice neutral flame. Put your pick on the far side of the solder, heat it up, and when the solder balls, it'll jump right on it. And just gently brush your flame back and forth on this until the flux goes clear. Touch your pick with the solder to the join, and you'll have a nice join. Quench it in water, pickle it, and clean it up. Now because these are big links, I use the analogy of treating it like a ring. Use your sanding stick on the outside to tidy up the join, because we really would like to have an invisible join. And you can use your split mandrel on the inside on your handpiece to do the inside of the join. Now when you're through with this, the join should be invisible, and because this is your design, you can flatten these jump rings if you want, but we really want to have a really good finish on it. I'm not going to finish that one at the moment because I'm going to show you how to set the stone. Now, you only need to do this stone setting in one of your links. So first thing I'm going to do is flatten that. It's slightly wonky, so I'm just going to sit that on there and smack it once. Now you need to take a punch and put a mark right in the middle of the wire where you're going to set the stone. Yep, I'll zoom in. So you can see that I put my punch mark right there. Now we're going to drill all the way through with a 1 millimeter drill bit. And once again, you measure your stone. So we're using a 1.5, I'll get it in a minute. We're using a 1.5 diameter stone, faceted, and we're going to gypsy set it in this. So you measure the stone with your calipers, and this is 1.5. Measure your drill bit 1 mil, and we'll go all the way through. And then we measure our burr, and we just need to use a round burr on this one. And when you put it in your calipers to measure it, make sure that you rotate it. So when you put the burr in your calipers, put it up on the broad bit and turn it to make sure that it really is the right size. If you don't turn it, it'll read smaller than it actually is. So we're going to shift this out to our bench peg. What I'll do is zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. So you've got your punch mark in the stone. 1 millimeter drill bit, wax it. Hold the handpiece straight up and down. And drill all the way through. Now take your 1.5 millimeter round burr, wax it, and run it in just to the wide part of the burr. Yeah. Now we're going to set the stone, and we'll put the stone table down on the table, the flat part of the stone, and then we'll push this down over it. So there's my stone, flat part against this, and we just put this over the stone. Nice firm push, and I felt it click in, and that's what we want. And like everything that we do, setting these stones, if it stays in after you push it in, you don't have to do much to this to get it to stay. So now we're just going to burnish that down over the stone, and then we'll polish it. So you can see the stone is just below the edge of the material. So what you want to do is take your burnisher and you just rub the edge of the material right onto the stone. Yep. And you can see where the burnisher has smoothed the metal, but this will polish up and it'll be a nice feature to your bracelet. So you can see I've polished where the stone is, and most of my marks have come out. So we want this as nice as possible, and I'd like at least 2 stones in one of the jump rings.